Good evening and welcome to GamesMaster, where it's quite literally December, so technically it's very cold. Here in Atlantis, however, my temperature just keeps on rising, because not only do we have the second round of our footy tournament, but I also have rather a splendid seafront view. As always, we're striving for credibility on this show. Today is no exception, as we begin with an event called The Boss.
I don't like being ordered about, so I was more than a little irate to receive an officious letter from someone calling himself the boss, demanding to come on the show and display his games-playing portfolio. Apparently, this character has made a career by beating every boss on every game, including beat-em-ups, shoot-em-ups, and platforms. Despite his dubious interpersonal skills, I decided to invite him on to see if he can send 3 randomly picked bosses into early retirement.
So once more, we shake hands with calling credibility as we welcome the boss. Welcome to the show.
Nice to meet you, Dominic.
Boss,
How are you?
I'm fine. Do you have a first name?
Just the boss. That's what they call me.
Mr. Boss?
Yeah, Mr. Boss.
Mr. Boss. Why did I call you the boss?
I'm just so good on these, you know, games. You can give me a platform game. And hold on.
I think you're ringing me.
Yeah. Hold on. Hello? Goodbye. Yeah, carry on. Sorry about that.
Who was that?
That was one of my salesmen.
Right, it wasn't just a carefully constructed gag.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
We've had many guests on the show, and you're certainly a guest. So we're going to pick 3.
Hold on a second, please. Yes, hello. I'm too busy right now. Come on. Bye-bye.
Right.
Sorry about that.
Another salesman?
Yeah.
I thought it might
Plenty all
be.
on the go.
Now, we're going to pick 3 games at random, and the boss is going to have to tackle the 3 random bosses. Okay, would you like to pick 1 cigar out of the box then? And hand it to me without looking at it. Okay, the first boss is final boss from Star Gladiators, boss number 2. The second one is weird Humpty Dumpty looking boss from Knights. And the final one is final spider boss from Resident Evil. Those are the 3 totally random bosses that you picked, okay? If you'd like to assume your game's playing position. And while I ponder whether the length of the boss's cigars reveals a deep insecurity at the heart of his psyche, we'll go to today's news. Okay, today on the show we have the boss, who claims he can beat any boss in any game available. Okay, we must stress he is a real boss. He is not just some guy we've put in some really dodgy clothes for the purposes of humour. That accolade goes to Rick Henderson. Rick, have you got any tips for this finely dressed man?
I should imagine that he'll have to get the 5-hit combos going so he can do his super-duper special move right at the end. That's the only way he's going to beat Bilson.
Okay, yeah, we must stress that this first leg of the 3-boss challenge, Bill Stein is the final boss of the Star Gladiator game. It's very, very tough. And the boss has chosen to go for Rimgal, very nice name, and we hope we can do the best we can. The first leg then of the 3-boss challenge. Best of luck, boss. Off you go. Okay, we can see Rimgal is the dinosaur guy on the left-hand side. Bill Stein is the huge, big kind of robotic knight samurai-looking bloke. On the right, you can see the energy bars as usual at the top, and it's not a brilliant start. He's getting a couple of hits landed on his dinosaur there, Rick.
Yeah, the actual super hit combos, if you wait for 30 seconds, then you actually run out of the combo, so you'll have to start all over again.
Okay, then, well, as we see, his energy's very, very low indeed, as you can see, but he's coming back a little bit now against the boss. Oh, no, but the Bill Stein, Star Gladiator boss, takes the first one. He's down 1 bite. The pressure's going to be on now, Rick.
The pressure's on, and he certainly did not impress anybody previously. He's just did a 4-hit combo, but he didn't quite get there to do that super move. He's being a lot more cagey this time, but he could do the move. No,
oh,
he's
no,
been hit.
The boss gets him right in the midriff there. This could be curtains for the boss on the first leg of the challenge. Oh no, he's doing better now though. The Bilstein's energy is low. We still haven't seen a big flashing move from him yet though, Rick.
No, he's playing it extraordinarily cagey. I think he wants to get this round out of the way to call it all evens, and then he can go into the special move section.
Okay, the time's running out. Maybe he's playing a kind of waiting game now. He knows his energy's higher, Rick. Maybe he's... Oh no, that's good. He picked him up by the neck. Teeth around the neck, a situation I've been in many nightclubs, and slammed him onto the floor. It's one bout apiece. Okay, moving to the third and final bout here. The boss playing the dinosaur Rimgal against the big robotic knight Bilstein. As we start off this one, the energy's quite literally equal. Rick, what do you want to see in this final round?
I want to see him pull off this move. He's a big wuss if he can't, I can assure you that, man.
He's not actually... Oh, this isn't bad. That was 4. That was a 5 hit there. Did we get a 5 hit, Rick? He's pushing him.
There he goes!
Oh, that's it. He's biting him somewhere.
He's got him in the nuts!
Oh, dear. He's dining on crumbs for dessert today. He slams him back. Bilstein's energy's very low. This should be a formality now for the boss.
As long as he gets away from the edge, he's got it!
That's it. He moves in for the kill, bites him in the midriff again. The boss takes the first leg. 2-1. Okay, we're going to set up the second boss for the boss. And remember, he is a real boss. Now he's about to try the fat, weird Humpty Dumpty guy on nights on the Saturn. Right, Rick, any tips for the fat, weird Humpty Dumpty boy?
Yeah, certainly. Every time the fat, weird Humpty Dumpty girl has a brassiere.
Okay, but then
Right,
in this day and age, that's no guarantee, Rick.
But every time it hits him, he'll lose 5 seconds. He's starting with 100 seconds. He's going to have to race through this.
Right, okay, there's one more boss to come after this, but for this part of the challenge, he has to kill big, weird Humpty Dumpty man, boy, girl, we're not really sure, but where's the brassiere boss from Knights? He's got to throw it through 6 walls. Best of luck, boss. Off you go for the second leg of the challenge. Okay, we can see the time in the top centre of the screen ticking away. When that gets to 0, then the boss has failed. Trying to throw big fat Humpty through some walls there. Is that the first wall?
That's the first wall. He's got 6 of these walls to go through. Come on, jumpy sit-ups.
Okay, is that 2 walls he's gone through now, Rick?
He's already gone through 2 walls, but he's trying to throw one backwards.
Oh, he got hit there. That was a -5 seconds. He got hit there. That's going to take a big chunk off his clock. He's got 57 seconds left. We've only gone through 2 walls.
He has to go through that blue part of the wall. That's exactly it. The next part is the one that looks like H's. He's already done that one. That's fantastic.
That's it. That's 4 walls. We need 2 more walls. He's got 46 seconds left. A masterful, almost boss-like display from the boss here, Rick.
Yeah, he has to throw this one through either the top or the bottom, through the grid-like system. And he's failing immensely.
It's 32 seconds left there. We're going up the top there. Boss man, not quite as bossy as he previously was in this boss special, Rick.
He grabbed it by the brassiere there to get it through, and he's got it through that one.
Okay, that's the fifth one. One more wall, but he's only got 18 seconds left. The time is living largely because the pressure's on. He's been hit. His time down. There's 8 seconds, 7 seconds. This could be courage for the boss. No, that's
He's done it.
He has done it.
Done it, yes.
5 seconds left. The boss teases us. Once more, he completes the second leg of the challenge. Let's go down and have a word with a cheeky little boss urchin. Well, boss, it's going okay so far, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not going too bad.
No massive problems for you?
Nah, I think it's going pretty smooth.
Right,
Yeah.
Clothes-wise and everything, you're bearing up well?
Well, the clothes are looking fine, but I have to say, I mean, I'm a busy man, and I've got a multi-millionaire company to run, and the time is ticking. So can we speed it up?
I understand. I apologize for that. If you'd like to go over to your office then and keep those wheels of industry well oiled. Coming up in part 2 of the show, we have the second round of our annual footy tournament. Chris Armstrong is going to be on. Plus, we'll have the climax of the boss, and I'm sure you won't want to miss seeing that particular side. Back in a couple of minutes. Still to come, the boss's final challenge. At the moment, he's furiously phoning around, trying to find out why Stan Collingwood shafted us. Think about that as we go into today's feature. Okay, if you're just tuning in, I hope it was incredibly important because we've only got a few minutes left. What has happened in this show, right? Guy came on in a suit, slightly fat, calls himself the boss, claims he can beat any boss in the world. We picked 3 games at random. He did the first 2, not terribly convincing, but he did it okay in the end. I moved my hands a lot throughout the show, and Rick Henderson, my co-commentator for this, tried to play football against Chris Armstrong and got beat! But he stayed around to commentate for the final part of the boss. This is the final bit. The final boss, one of the hardest ones we've seen, Rick. The spider on Resident Evil. How can you help out the boss on this?
Well, basically, the spider will try and flob on you, and it's evil flob. Right? Evil flob, it will hurt you.
Okay then, yes, we've only given the boss the Beretta. This makes this particularly tough. He's going to have to hit the spider about 8 times. If he gets hit by 3 flobs, the boss's challenge ends in unboss-like manner. Best of luck, boss. The third part of your challenge begins now. And there is quite literally the flobbing spider. That was 3 flobs at the start there.
Simultaneous.
That's one shot. That's the first shot on him. Excellent play there from the boss, Rick.
And he managed to actually get away from the acid attack at that point.
That's good. That's 2. That's the third shot. Oh,
He's
no.
been hit. He's been hit.
1 hit there. He's hit the spider 3 times. The spider's hit him once. That's 4 hits on the flobbing spider boss there. Halfway through. He's doing well.
Well, I've always been afraid of spiders, but to be honest, if they flam at me, you just have to get out of the way.
Okay, that's the 5th hit. This is remarkable. He can still afford to get hit twice more. The boss is proving most boss-like. That's the 6th hit. 2 more. Oh no! The second flob. The second flob's connected. He can only afford to have 1 more flob. And he's going to get 2 more hits. That's it. No, that's it. Yes! The last hit. The boss's challenge ends in triumph. Well done, boss.
Thank you.
You are the boss.
Yeah.
Okay, we've proven that beyond the shadow of a doubt. And a big, huge, important businessman, very successful, very wealthy. Why are you wearing such a cheap suit?
Cheap suit? Does this look cheap to you?
Yeah, rather.
Oh. You know, you've got to wear a few cheap things here and there.
Well, with those words of wisdom then, ringing in our ears, I'll refresh your memory about them. You have to wear cheap things once and again. Then let us congratulate the boss. I'm certainly very glad that he has appeared on the show tonight. The GamesMaster Golden Joystick goes to the boss!